Come midnight, part of the government will shut down. If President Donald Trump can't reach a compromise with Congress, hundreds of thousands of American workers will be forced to work without getting paid. The president warning that the shutdown will be very long if a border wall isn't funded. Karen Caifa has more from Washington. A North Carolina woman faces charges in a murder mystery spanning 2 decades. A 12-year-old girl killed in New Jersey, the suspect never found until now. Scott Rappaport talked with the young girl's mother and what the arrest means for her family after 26 years of waiting. Governor Roy Cooper said no to the recent elections board bill. Earlier this week, the governor threatened to veto the bill over one of its sections. The bill looked to return the Board of Elections and Ethics Enforcement to the 2016 structure of 2 separate boards. In a statement, the governor said in part this bill makes it harder to root out corruption in elections and campaign finance. 2 Mexican nationals are now behind bars after deputies found nearly $200,000 worth of drugs. The Iredell County Sheriff's Office charged Omar and Hugo Carrillo with drug trafficking. Deputies say they found meth, marijuana, and cocaine in a Mooresville home off of Rathbone Drive and Rustic Road. Both of the suspects are being held on an immigration detainer. Well, we're getting a look at the state's unemployment numbers from last month, and figures released on Friday show the November unemployment rate stayed steady at 3.6%. It sits slightly under the national unemployment rate, which is 3.7%, and the number of employed people in North Carolina went up more than 3,400 last month. Police in Mint Hill investigating a shooting that may have started with the victim trying to sell something online. Spectrum News reporter Courtney Davis has the story. Well, the high country seeing all kinds of weather today, making roads a challenge right here before the holidays. Spectrum News reporter Rose Eckler live in Boone, where some roads have been closed today. And Rose, it's been all over the place, you were telling us, weather-wise. Police in Mint Hill investigating a shooting that may have started with the victim trying to sell something online. Spectrum News reporter Courtney Davis has the story. Think you went overboard on the holiday decorations this year? Then you clearly haven't seen Janine Harrison's home. The Lexington, North Carolina resident has more than 175 Christmas trees inside her house. Since starting the annual tradition in 2010, Harrison says she's had about 1,000 visitors. She doesn't charge admission, but insists visitors bring a canned donation. Well, the holidays can be a tough time for some, especially those who were without a family to go to. One restaurant owner in Burt County hoping to make the day a happy one by providing a warm meal and company. Reporter Vanessa Leon has more. Well, welcome back to Spectrum News. I'm Jonathan Lowe. Charlotte's Immigrant Welcome Center sees thousands of families a year. That's a lot of foot traffic through such a small space. But now, one of Charlotte's well-known retailers getting into the holiday spirit and helping to reimagine the center with some much-needed upgrades. Spectrum News reporter Hillary Powell brings you this exclusive story. If you're taking too many selfies for the sake of social media, you may want to cut back for the sake of your health. Doctors say they're seeing a rise in cases of selfie wrist. Its symptoms are numbness and the tingling sensation in the fingers and wrists, and it can sometimes develop into sharp pain. It's caused by flexing your wrist inward to capture the perfect selfie angle like you see there. Earlier this year, Kim Kardashian said she had selfie wrist and stopped taking the shots. Stay with us. We end the work week with a smile. A look at the good news from this week coming up in Our Town. That's next. Well, as we head into the holiday weekend, Spectrum News is looking back at some of the week's positive and heartwarming stories happening in our town. Charlotte Fire and CEPD spreading some Christmas cheer. Monday, fire crews packed and loaded dozens of boxes full of coats to give to those in need. Now, Spectrum News also hit the streets to find out about your plans for the holidays. We also stepped away from the holiday hustle and bustle to take in a tour of Albemarle. It's in Stanly County. Now, that town packs a lot of Southern charm into about 16 square miles, from restaurants to music shops to a train set up on Main Street. Those are just a few of the cool places to check out.